in some trouble. Unfortunately, Julia got the worst of it. She may have some broken bones.
Oh, just some sprains and bruises, I think. Clint, can you put me down? I think I can manage.
Be careful of your shoulder.
Ow! Thank you.
We're on our way to the emergency room, and I was going to check on Sarah. How is she?
Oh, she's regained consciousness and she's recovering. I'm going over to find an orderly to take her to the emergency.
Thank you. Your eye looks terrible. I assume the Taggert was the trouble you ran into, right?
Yes, but I'm fine now. Especially now that you're here.
We're not here to have supper with you, that's for sure. Renee wants you to tell us about this organization you're working for.
Lord loves the children?
Yes.
Did Court tell you about it?
Yes. And, honey, we're so happy you found a job.
Right. I was getting mighty nervous. My great-grandson's mama's going to go back to Statesville again.
Yeah, well, your great-grandson's mama's been too busy trying to convict other people. Just what do you know about the warrant?
Great show today, Megan.
Oh, thanks, Billy.
And I certainly second that. Today's show was superb. Bafo, fantastic. Your concentration and the depth of your feeling.
Well, goodness, it's the producer. That enthusiastic about it. Maybe I should save that episode for the Daisy Awards next year, presuming that I am nominated.
You presume correctly you're still the best thing on daytime.
Only because you're a terrific producer.
Oh, come on. What do? I just stand up in the booth and watch you make magic.
Oh, don't be so modest. I was above average today because you were here giving me your full attention. And I even think that I showed off for you a little.
You and Spring?
Oh, no, so embarrassing. You don't know how hard it was for me to keep a straight face with that woman clearing the scenery up.
Yeah, you should have been in the control booth watching Joe cuss up a mean streak.
Oh, thank heaven you're still here. Max, we have to have a little talk about your friend here.
Now?
Yes, now, because I want her fired tonight.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one night to live.
Just calm down. What's the problem?
Gabrielle is the problem.
I made a mistake.
Oh, it was no mistake, Gabrielle. It was quite intentional.
What was quite intentional?
She altered one of my designs. In fact, she redesigned a dress I had fashioned for Audrey.
You didn't.
And of course she did this without my permission. If she'd had come to me, I would have told her to sew it according to my original instructions.
Look, I'm sure that Gabrielle knows that you hate it, and she's learned her lesson. I'm sure she'll re-sew it the way you like it.
It's too late, Megan. She already made it her way, presented it to Audrey, and Audrey loves it.
Whatever possessed you?
I know that it was wrong now, I realize. But the dress that Tonya designed, it was beautiful, but it just didn't fit Audrey at all. And when Audrey was trying it on, she wanted something slightly different, and I said, well, we could probably do that for her, and before I knew it, I was redoing it.
So you see? She went over my head. She acted like she was the boss, not me.
You weren't even in the studio. I couldn't even talk to you about it.
Yes, I left you with some specific instructions, and you ignored them all.
Look, I'm sure that, she's never going to do anything like this
I
again.
have too much to do on this show. I don't have time to worry about whether my assistant is doing her job. Now, Max, you told me if I wasn't pleased with her, we would let her go, just like any other employee I'm unhappy with.
Oh, come on, Tonya. This will be the 5th assistant you've gone through in less than 4 weeks. I'm sure Gabrielle will apologize, won't you?
Yes, and I have already, and I'll do it again. I swear it'll never happen again.
Mm-hmm. You certainly won't do it again because you won't be around. So, Max.
Tonya, don't do this to me, please.
Do what to you? Now, you promised me you'd fire her if she didn't work out. I want her fired now. Fine. Then you have until tomorrow morning to do it. Or you can find yourself a new costume designer, and believe me, she isn't the one.
You knew right from the start she didn't want to hire you because she felt threatened by you.
Well, I also didn't know the extent of her insecurities, Max. Audrey hated the dress that she designed. And if I had followed through with Tonya's instructions, then Audrey would have come to you complaining, and I thought that I was doing everyone a favor. I had no idea she was going to get this upset.
The least you could have done is come to me about the dress first.
You're right. And I have apologized to Tonya about 20,000 times, but she does not want to accept it because she wants me out of here, and she cannot stand the fact that you pushed me on her.
Well, then why did you go out of your way to alienate her?
I didn't realize I was. I'm sorry. How many times do I have to say this? I'm sorry.
So, you gonna fire her? We don't know anything about the Wymans except what we've read.
Well, a recent article in this week's news praised their work.
I don't understand it. Why did you want to talk to me about this?
Oh, honey, maybe you don't know. Asa and I want to adopt a child.
Well, I had heard that, but last I heard, Asa was against it.
Well, I changed my mind. Probably a big mistake. I should have put my foot down.
What he's trying to say, honey, is most agencies won't even consider us because of our age.
Well, I think that's terrible, but what is it you wanted me to do? Put in a good word for you?
Oh, right, Tina. With your recommendation, I'm sure we could pick of the litter.
Darling, we're hoping that Lord Love, the children, will see us in a different light.
And if you have any information, like, are they rigid with the rules, or do you think they might bend them a little?
I think they'll give you all the kids you want.
Really?
With your money? Sure.
Money?
Yes, money. Look, money is the only thing that the Wymans care about. They are crooks. They're selling children.
Roger told me you disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. No one's heard from you at all since yesterday afternoon when you two formed your own two-man posse and took off after Taggert. I panicked. I jumped on a plane and came out here.
Who were you worried about? Me or Taggert?
A little of both, actually. Given the mood you've been in recently, I wasn't at all sure what would happen if you found him.
The doctor's in the ER waiting for you.
I'll give you a hand.
Thank you.
Oh. Watch out for that shoulder.
Well, you ought to have the doctor take a look at that eye.
I agree.
He's just going to tell you to put a piece of raw steak on it. Look, I'll wait here till you're done. You mind what the doctor tells you?
Yes, I shall. Good luck. Thank you.
I think I'll go fill Bo and Sarah in on everything that's happened.
What happened with Taggert?
Well, he and his brother attacked me with a tire iron. And Julia decided to try and rescue me, and she got whacked in the shoulder with the tire iron.
But somehow you got away.
Well, Taggert's brother came to his senses, and he dragged his brother out of there.
Are they in jail now?
No, but I stopped at the phone on the way in here and notified the sheriff. He'll find him.
What if he doesn't? What if Taggert comes back and tries to kill you?
My guess is he's out of the state by now. He's got to know he'd be arrested if he showed up. We'll probably never see him again.
Well, I hope you're right, but I...
Look, enough about Taggert. The important thing is that you are here. Well, didn't the kids at least send me a hug? No, I've missed you. God, I love you.
You know I could wring your neck for acting so foolishly. That man could have killed you or Julia.
I didn't know she was going to jump into the middle of things. I didn't even know she was going to be here until she just showed up the other day. I'd asked Cord to send someone out to help me get a newspaper
Clint,
started.
you don't owe me an explanation.
I just want you to understand.
I do understand. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get angry with you. I did not come here to chastise you.
Well, you can blame me all you want. You'd be right. I'm just glad that you cared enough about me to come out and check on me.
How could you ever think that I wouldn't care about you? Clint, no matter what's happened between us, you are my husband, and I love you.
Viki, stay out here for a while. Honey, the groundbreaking ceremony is scheduled for tomorrow. Now, the newspaper office is almost finished. Tyler is working like the devil to get the saloon in shape. The ranchers are pretty much on our side now, and with all the extra people pitching in, we'll have this town built in no time.
You're really very excited about this, aren't you?
No more excited than I am about you being here. It's such a good feeling, having all the anger and the hurt behind us, so we can concentrate now on things that count. I'll bet you've forgotten just how beautiful this country around here really is.
No, I haven't forgotten.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you're watching the sunset, and I got your hands in mine, it'll take your breath away. Guaranteed.
Clint, please don't. My God, a few days ago we had the most awful, most serious, most damaging discussion of our married life. And you left me. Now you're acting as if nothing had ever happened.
They sell children?
Yeah, listen, why don't we sit down, all right? Look, and let's keep our voices down. I don't want anybody here to hear this, okay?
Tina, where did you get this harebrained idea? This Ambrose Wyman is a man of the cloth.
Yes, that's what he's supposed to be. But I overheard him telling this couple that wanted to adopt that they could for $40,000.
They're that upfront about it?
Well, they say it's a donation, but that's nonsense.
Well, it's criminal nonsense if it's true. How come nobody else figured this out except you, with about 2 minutes working with them?
Look, I thought that they were helping homeless children and that they were handling legitimate adoptions, and I wouldn't have thought anything more about it except... Look, there's this woman who lives here, Garnet. She had to give up her daughter Sandy for adoption to who she thought was going to be to this couple in Southern California. I thought, fine, and then I show up at the clinic, and who do I see?
Oh, my God, that little girl.
Yeah, Sandy. And she's the one that they're trying to sell.
Darling, did you go to the police?
No, not yet. I mean, the Wymans will just deny everything, and Cord seems to think we need more proof.
You've got Cord involved in this?
Yes, he's doing all the background checks, and... Look, in answer to your original question, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but no, Lord Love the Children is not the place for you to try to adopt.
I don't know. It may be the perfect place for us. Don't you think so, Asa?
What the hell made me think I could pull this off? Here I am, breaking my neck to help out Gabrielle, and what does she do? She puts me in this bind.
Max, don't beat yourself up about this. You gave Gabrielle a chance. You tried to make it work. No one's blaming you for having it fail, least of all Gabrielle. I'm just sorry that you couldn't see what a lost cause she was a little sooner.
Oh, thank you, thank you. That's really what I needed to hear from you now is I told you so, Max. I told you so right from the beginning. If you listened to me in the first place, I wouldn't be in this mess.
Hey, what are you jumping on me for? I'm just trying to help. Well, where are you going?
I'm going to find Gabrielle.
What are you going to do?
Don't have much of a choice, do I?
Renee, how could you even think about buying a baby?
We are not that desperate, are we?
No, but we can make the Wymans think we're that desperate. And we can let them know that money's absolutely no object for us when we're adopting a baby.
Just like on TV, you could be wired, and then you could tape them trying to sell a kid.
Hold it, please. Since when do we go into private detective business?
Darling, I think we are the perfect couple to gather proof against the Wymans.
I
agree. I mean, once they're going to check you out, which they will do, they'll find out that you've been to all sorts of adoption agencies.
Oh, you two, stop plotting. I am not getting involved in any of your silly schemes, Tina. They always backfire.
This is not one of my silly schemes, Asa. I didn't ask for this. And I'm not getting anything out of this except the satisfaction of knowing that I'm going to put the Wymans out of business.
Tina's being motivated by her conscience, and I think we should be motivated by the same thing.
Okay. Let Asa tell you what's going to happen. We go to the Wymans. They're happy to sell us a kid. And we tape them.
Why, and then we give the tape to Rafe.
And he's going to say it's not enough. He's going to say money has to change hands before we can nail him.
Well, then we give him the money and we take the child.
Right. You get attached to the child. They arrest the Wymans. They take the kid away. You are brokenhearted. I'm not too happy myself. And never again will another adoption agency ever talk to us.
Darling, I know everything you're saying, but I think we still have an obligation.
Hold it right now. I want no part of this. We are leaving. We are going to supper, and we're going to talk about the next adoption agency we're going to. Sorry, Tina. You in court can expose those phonies.
It was a great idea, Renee.
It still is. Give me a little time to work on it. We might be able to help.
I hope so. I really do.
Look, you take care, honey, and you be very, very careful. I'll be in touch real soon, okay?
Honey, that discussion that we had is the most painful thing that's happened to me since I don't know when. But your catching the first plane out here to check on me seemed like a pretty good indication that we shouldn't be apart.
I flew out here because I was concerned for your welfare.
You said you still love me.
Yes, of course I still love you. Clint, just because we have a difference of opinion as to how we're going to live our lives doesn't mean I'm not going to love you anymore.
I'm sorry that I let myself get so confused and upset that I lost sight of that.
So am I.
I can't even begin to tell you how much I love you, Viki. I hope you're not thinking that my feeling for you has changed.
No, I'm not. But Clint, just because we love each other, it's not enough reason for me to turn my entire life around just to suit you.
Honey, if you would just give it a chance, you would see that this is the perfect place for us to start fresh.
I don't know why you cannot understand that running away is what you're doing, and it's not going to solve anything. Our problems are not going to go away just because we leave Landview. Our problems will not go away until we resolve them, and we must do that where they started, in Landview. Don't you want to resolve our problems?
I think that we can do it here. Look, I know that isn't the answer you wanted, honey. Look, let's just call a truce right now.
We can call a truce, but we can't ignore the fact that our marriage is at stake.
We are headed for an argument right now. I can feel it coming, and I'm so happy about you even being here. I don't want to waste our time arguing.
Oh, listen.
Honey, if you will just stay for the groundbreaking ceremony and a little tour of the town and the territory surrounding it, I promise you I will make you one very happy woman.
Guard said you hadn't left the building. I thought I might find you here.
Even though I'm in trouble because I'm late for my curfew.
Well, since you are in trouble already, I guess it won't hurt to stay a little longer so we can have a little talk.
No, I don't want to have a little talk. I'd like to apologize and save your breath because I know I'm fired. I would rather not hear the words. I don't blame you. Sorry for all the trouble that I've caused. It appears to be my stupid pride getting in the way. I have to prove to everyone around here that, hey, I'm not just a little handmaiden, you know. I may be sewing your hem, but I truly do have some talent.
you're jealous of Megan?
Max, I'm jealous of everyone around here who is appreciated for their brains and their talents.
We're not through talking.
Yes, we are. Do me a favor and get out of my life.
Wait, whoa, wait. If it weren't for me, you'd be...
Yeah, I know. I'd be in Europe with a husband and a child. Or maybe I'd be dead and buried. Hey, there's an idea. Or a long sentence at Statesville. But you know what I wouldn't be? I wouldn't be torn up because I've disappointed you. I wouldn't be that. So why don't you just leave me alone and let me sort this out for myself?
Hey, would you like any dessert or coffee?
Not me.
Oh, I
Thank you.
would. I'd like some decaf if it's brewed.
Yeah.
Max isn't around?
No, he's still at the studio. They'll be back soon, though.
I haven't seen Max in ages.
I know. I wonder if he and Megan have set a date yet.
Please, Renee, the last Gordon wedding caused my son to leave his wife.
I know how upset you are about Clint and Viki.
The longer Roger Gordon stays in Arizona, the more worried I am that Clint's liable to lose his temper again.
Not likely. Is Sarah in the hospital?
Maybe, maybe not. You know, maybe it's a blessing that we can't adopt a child. It involves a lot of heartache. It never stops. Clint's not a child. It has not stopped.
Honey, I don't think it's a blessing being told that we can't be good parents. I mean, you know, I'm willing to bet you that if we help Tina to expose these horrible people, somebody's going to reward us by letting us adopt a child.
How do we get back to that?
You led me to it, and I just sat here waiting patiently.
Renee, no.
Don't take it personally, darling.
Have a check, please. Why are you trying to sink us knee-deep in trouble?
And why do you want to sit back and let these double-crossers keep selling children? I mean, doesn't it bother you a little bit?
Renee, it bothers me plenty. Let the police handle it. They don't need us.
But they need a formal complaint. And by the time Tina and Cord get enough information against these people, how many children might have been sold?
Oh, Renee, for crying out loud. I didn't want to say this in front of Tina. She's such a dingbat. How do we know she's not wrong? How do we know that Wymans are just guilty of maybe hiring just her?
And why don't we just find out? I mean, all we have to do is make an appointment, tell them about our difficulties, say we want to adopt a child, and then wave a checkbook in front of them.
Why the hell are you doing this to me?
And why the hell are you being so stubborn when we might keep some children, some defenseless children from being hurt? You know, maybe some people who are buying kids can't adopt because they're unfit parents. We might save one child from abuse.
All right, you see this, Renee? Throw it in the towel, okay? Again, Asa gives in to Renee against his better judgment. Oh, I know. You love me, and I'm the best sucker you've got.
And the most adorable. Oh, come on, darling. You know why I think you give in to me? It's not because you're weak or you're soft-headed. No, you say no first in order to protect yourself. You need time to think about things, talk them through, before you see the wisdom of them.
Well, I don't know about wisdom, but I think there is a need. Okay. We'll go over and try to buy a child from Lord Love the Children. Maybe expose a racket. Or maybe expose Tina still being the dumbest gal that ever came down the pike.
Look, I don't know, Clint. I just don't know.
Honey, what is to know? Just say that you'll stay. We'll talk about the rest of it later.
Oh, how's Sarah?
Oh, she's fine. Doc West said that he might even release her tonight.
Really? That's wonderful. I guess we can both be very grateful that our family members were not nearly as bad off as we feared.
Yes, Sarah went through a lot, but fortunately, she has no memory of it.
Well, it was terrible watching her go through those hallucinations. I just wish I could have nailed Taggert.
No, you'll be nailed sooner or later. Well, now that the crisis is over, I guess I'll fly back to Landview. I have to tape my segment for View on Landview tomorrow morning.
Good thing Ace's jet is waiting for you at the airport.
Yeah, I called the pilot. He said we could leave at any time. Victoria, will you be flying back with me?
No, I think I'm going to stay here for a day or two. As long as I'm here, I might as well go out and have a look at Buchanan City and all the territory. There's nothing that pressing for the Centennial, is there?
No. If there's any problem, I'll call you. That is, if you haven't ripped all the phones out of Buchanan City.
No, I still need that modern contraption for, yelling at contractors and suppliers. I won't be cutting those lines until the last nail is driven.
Listen, I'm going to thank you again for calling me about Sarah. And, I'll see you back in Landview. Whenever, Victoria.
Mrs. B, you have made me one very happy fellow. And you have my word, you will not regret your decision.
And just how do you plan to get yourself out of this mess?
I don't know, but I have to find a way to show myself, to show both of us, don't I?
I don't have a lot of faith in your ability to keep yourself out of Statesville. And for Al's sake, I'm going to help you.
Al can't save me from myself any more than you can.
Oh, wait just a minute. At last count, I think I helped you save you from yourself about 99 times.
Yeah, then we're not going to make it 100.
Now, I am going to call Tonya tonight. I'm going to beg.
Oh, no, you're not. You're not going to beg that neurotic woman because she'll hold that over us and she'll make my life miserable
Oh,
around
more miserable
here.
than Statesville? Now, calm down. Let's be practical here. Let me see the dress you did for Audrey. Would you come on? Let me see the dress. I'm still your boss. Turn it around. You've got every reason to be proud. I've forgotten how talented you really are.
You don't have to say that to lift my spirits.
It's the truth. That's why I'm saying it's obvious. Just look at the thing. Obviously, Tonya could see it. It's what upset her. Now, maybe you would come and talk to me first and told me your ideas. We could have handled this.
I know I should have. I just couldn't.
Why not?
Because I was afraid Megan would get angry.
And why would Megan get angry?
Because I was coming to you with another one of my problems. Because I was interfering. I don't know. God knows what. I just didn't think. Just like I didn't think the other night. If I had, everything would have been different. It seems to be my downfall these days. But there's nothing I can do about the past. But I can make certain that your life isn't miserable in the future.
Gabrielle, look.
No.
We...
Don't. You don't try and make it better for the next time. I don't want there to be a next time. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I'm going to treasure your support, but enough is enough.
And what about Al?
You'll take care of him. You'll find a way of telling him about my shortcomings so that he doesn't hate me.
Gabrielle, please.
No. Don't say anymore, right? This door's locked. Have you got the key?
No. Locked from the outside. We're stuck.
What's wrong?
Your friend Gabrielle isn't back yet. She's 2.5 hours over curfew.
You're kidding.
Tina, do you have any idea where she might be?
No, if I did, I swear I'd tell you.
I mean, is this some kind of test? You think she's testing me because I was easy with you?
No, I'm sure that's not it at all. I'm sure she's probably working and just lost track of time, that's all.
When the judge hears about this, he's not going to like it. I'm afraid he's going to come down real hard on her. Do you know that a person could be sent to Statesville for violating curfew?
But please, don't even think about something like that, all right? Please, don't. I'm sure she's going to come in here any minute now.
Well, she'd better. You know, in all my years of running this halfway house, I never met anybody like you and Gabrielle. You don't seem to understand that you're not free to just come and go as you please.
Well, could you please just give her 1 hour, just a half an hour, that's all.
I'll give her an hour, and then I'm going to call the police.
I guess that's fair, but look, like if she comes in here and she has a perfectly good excuse, we'll forget the whole thing, won't she?
Maybe. It's going to have to be a very, very good excuse.
Any news from Max? Nope. Good. Hundreds of dollars worth of Mexican cooking lessons, and for what? Soggy enchiladas.
I'd probably end up solid as a rock. I don't know why you buy that frozen stuff when you could have a chef make anything you'd like.
Foster, hi. Yeah, it's Megan Gordon. I'm fine, thanks. Listen, I haven't seen Max. I can't seem to find him. Has he left for the night yet? Oh. All right, thanks.
What?
Well, the guard at the front desk says that everyone left for the night, so I guess Max must have taken Gabrielle home to the halfway house so that she could cry on his shoulder about being fired.
Fired? What, you mean she's not sewing your seams anymore or polishing your shoes?
No, that little Cinderella act got to be too much for her pretty quickly. So now we are up to our eyeballs again with poor little Gabrielle.
Well, maybe you should go and punch the pinball machine for a while.
No, somehow I don't think that's going to help.
Well, if Max fired her, maybe he's driving her back to Statesville, you know, and because she has no job now, right?
Well, that's what she did to herself. It's all her fault. I mean, I'm sure that her master plan now is to get Max to grab Al and rush off with her so she can have this little family that she's been dreaming about all along. The thing that scares me is that Max might even fall for it.
Look, for Max's sake, I hope that you punch that pinball machine before he gets back.
What do you mean we're stuck?
Well, obviously, the guard came by and locked it from the outside. By now, he's upstairs, putting his feet up, getting ready for a nap.
Well, then I'll just call him and wake him up and get
Phone's
down
locked.
here. Well, I can see that. How did you know?
Tonya always locks her phone when she leaves. That way her assistants can't use it.
Fine. I'll just bang on the door till somebody hears us.
Well, that's doubtful. It's pretty late.
Hello out there. We're stuck in the costume shop. Max, this isn't a joke. If I don't get back to the halfway house, Yolanda will call the police. They'll have a warrant for my arrest.
Well, good. Then maybe somebody will come and find us.
Good. Well, what are they going to think when they find us? The police, Yolanda. Oh, my God, George Carlin. Terrific. What a great ending to a great day.
Yeah. Gabrielle, it's not the end of the world.
It's the end of my world unless you can find a way to open up that door.
Well, actually, I don't think so. You see all the rooms down here in the basement? They were built to withstand fire and theft. So there really is no way out of here until someone comes gets us tomorrow morning. But luckily for you, I have provisions just in case of such a dire emergency, a catastrophe of nature. Look, now we can divide this in two if we think we're only going to be here till tomorrow morning. But if we think we're going to be here a little longer, we may have to quarter the rations here.
Very funny. Very funny. And what do you think Megan is going to think about all of this? I don't think she's going to take it very well.
Well, she'll worry, I'm sure of that. I mean, I've never gone away and not made any plans for Al when I don't come back. So, yeah, she'll worry, but I'll explain it to her. She'll understand. And I'll talk to the people at the halfway house, make them understand. And if necessary, I'll talk to the judge. Hey, we got stuck in here. It's not like we planned it.
No. Let's try and get this handle off, and then we might be able to get to the lock. Come on, we need some tools. Got some tools?
It won't work.
Well, it might. We have to try it, for God's sake.
It won't do any good. The handle's not attached to the lock. It's dead bolted from the outside. Now, why fight it? Try to enjoy this.
I wish I could.
Well, we better find a way to survive. We're stuck. We're gonna be trapped forever. We gotta think of survival. Oh, thank God. Yes, I can use this. And this, yes, now, we can eat. I can catch fish with this. Yes, we can do, and this, we can catch rainwater. We can drink. Come on, contribute. You gotta help me survive. Quick, find something. Yeah, this will become a hook.
All right, let's rub the carousel when the heat is too hot.
Oh, thank God, I began this cruise with nothing but my #3 sunscreen. Sit right back in here and tell a tale of a fateful trip. It's not a worthless comic part aboard this time. Wait, I know what it means.
Oh,
We
God,
have everything.
what?
A wrap! Oh.
Well, thanks, Sheriff. Julia, shouldn't you be in a wheelchair?
No, it's just a sprain. Hobbling is allowed. I should be able to go without the cane in 2 or 3 days.
Oh, how about your shoulder?
It's all right. It's not broken. It's just bruised.
Oh, that's good news. Just spoke to the sheriff. Taggert and his brother have been reported on the other side of the border in Mexico.
Oh, good. Then we're rid of them.
Well, I would think so. I mean, they've got to know they'd be facing a jail term if they were picked up over here.
That's wonderful. Now we can go back to building Buchanan City. Where's Viki?
She's
She didn't leave with Roger Gordon, did she?
No, she's in seeing Sarah and Bo. But I'm very happy to tell you she's going to be staying for the groundbreaking ceremony. And who knows, if I play my cards right, maybe longer.
Julia, how is your ankle? Shoulder?
Pretty tender, but I'm all right. I guess we better get you back to the hotel. Well, I do have to pick up a prescription from the doctor on the way back. I'm sorry to be such a bother.
Bother? Are you kidding? I mean, who knows what would have happened to me if I hadn't had you along as my partner? Well, I guess we can get her settled, and then we can go out to dinner.
Dinner? I didn't bring anything at all. No clothes, nothing. I just grabbed a cab right from WBLE to the airport.
Well, I'm sure we can pick up some clothes for you. Oh. And you won't be needing a nightgown tonight, will you? Then again, if you do,
Clint, I'm sorry. I don't think that we ought to share a bed tonight. I'm afraid a part of me is still very hurt, very angry, and not very forgiving.
It's all right, I understand that. I do, I really do. And it isn't a problem. Just having you here and knowing that you're going to be here in the morning when I wake up is all I need. Well, let's go find Julia and go get something to eat.
But Gabrielle hasn't shown up at the halfway house yet, and they're about ready to call the cops, and I thought maybe you or Max might know where she'd be.
Yeah, well, Max isn't here, and last time I saw Gabrielle, she was at the studio.
Well, I called there, but the guard said that everybody'd left. Do you know where Max is? Because maybe they're together.
No, as a matter of fact, I don't know where Max is. He, like Gabrielle, didn't bother to check in with me.
Well, listen, if you hear from him and he knows where she is, could you please have him call?
Sure. I'll have him call Gabrielle's other keeper. Bye.
That pinball machine's looking mighty good.
Andy.
Yo ho, the pirate's life for me.
What? I feel something. Wait. Hold it up. I feel dinner.
It's a big one.
I dropped. Snatched from the jaws of defeat. I hate to break the news to you, but we are going to have to eat this raw.
Oh.
We can't make it fire.
Oh, well.
All right. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Fish, heads. Oh, this could be a big mistake.
Oh, I know. But we've got to keep up our strength in case we're here for more than a night. This reminds me when I was camping in Argentina.
What? You camping? As in fires, no running water, no toilet, tent?
What?
Yes.
You sound like I was stuck in a big city all my life. You know better than that.
I'm sorry, I really can't picture this.
Oh, come on. I used to go riding with my father in the mountains when we used to camp.
Lasso me. Yeah, I can see it now. Next you're going to tell me that you were an expert horsewoman, right?
You know that I am.
Oh, that's why when we met, I had to chase you down and rein in your horse for you?
Whoa, that is not, that is not true. You had to chase after my horse because my horse was going faster than yours.
No, come on.
Yes,
No,
and that's absolutely true. When you finally did catch up with us, too busy flirting with you, so you couldn't hear anything I was saying anyway.
That's true. For a second, I looked at your face, I forgot everything. Forgot all about the horses, forgot about... Didn't matter where we were, I couldn't take my eyes off you. What was that? 1,000 years ago?
Yeah. It's a long time ago, isn't it?
Yes, Not you.
Not even our wonderful little boy.
It's worth it all, isn't he?